Today, I'm going to give you the key. A crude, rusty, blood-soaked key that will not just unlock the door, but smash the whole goddamn labyrinth to pieces. Title: I Want to Touch Some Boobs. A philosophical inquiry into simple motivation. The video transitions to a slightly slower-paced animation. We see the same faceless figure, now sitting in a dimly lit room, staring at a blank laptop screen. The cursor blinks, mocking them. The words from the labyrinth now float around their head like ghosts. Narrator: you know the feeling. But you can't move. It's not laziness. Laziness is a comfortable enemy. This is different. This is a cold, intellectual terror. You sit there, and your own mind begins to interrogate you. What's the point? It whispers. If you start this, what does it really mean? Will it be perfect? Will it be important? Will it justify the space you take up on this planet? You've convinced yourself that before you can lay a single brick, you must first design the entire cathedral in your head. You have to understand its place in architectural history, its theological significance, its social impact for the next 500 years. And so, you do nothing. You just sit there, crushed under the weight of a cathedral that will never exist. The animation shows the figure's body beginning to fray at the edges, turning into static. The ghosts of the words, purpose, legacy, grow larger, more menacing. Let me tell you about a little scenario. You want to get in shape. It's a noble goal, so you start thinking. You research the most optimal workout splits. You deep dive into macronutrient ratios. You read studies on mitochondrial biogenesis and the mTOR pathway. You spend weeks designing the perfect plan. A plan so perfect, so optimized, so meaningful, that it becomes this monumental, terrifying thing. And you never go to the gym. The plan becomes the new prison. This is the hidden cost of the labyrinth. It's not just that you fail to achieve your grand ambitions. The real tragedy is that it stops you from living a life. Your life becomes a meticulously researched book that you never have the courage to write. And the vitality, the raw, animal energy you were born with, just leaks out of you, day by day, until you're nothing but a ghost haunting the blueprint of a life you were too smart, too thoughtful, too meaningful to ever actually live. The screen cuts to a stark, aggressive image. The silhouette of a boy with a chainsaw erupting from his head. He stands atop a pile of mangled, demonic corpses. The background is a wash of dirty grays and a single, violent splash of blood orange. Narrator: the solution is not a better map to navigate the labyrinth. The solution is a stick of dynamite. And that dynamite has a name, Denji. He's the protagonist of a little story called Chainsaw Man. And he is, by all conventional metrics, a complete and utter loser. And he is one of the most powerful philosophical tools you will ever encounter. Because Denji offers us a way out. He is the living embodiment of what I call primal goal theory. The theory is this: the most powerful, sustainable, and purest form of motivation does not come from abstract, complex, and socially approved ideals. It comes from simple, tangible, and almost embarrassingly primal desires. Denji's world is filled with devil hunters who fight for grand reasons. For the good of humanity. To avenge a lost family. To build a better world. Their motivations are cathedrals. Denji's motivation? He wants to eat jam on a piece of bread. He wants to sleep in a warm bed. He wants to have a girlfriend. He wants, as he so elegantly puts it, to touch some boobs. And that's it. That is the entire engine that drives him to fight literal manifestations of humanity's deepest fears. He's not fighting for justice. He's fighting for a sandwich. Let's break down the beautiful, brutal simplicity of this. There are 3 principles to primal goal theory. Narrator: Principle 1. The principle of tangibility. You cannot taste, saving the world. You cannot smell, achieving your potential. You cannot feel, leaving a legacy. They are ghosts. It understands warmth. It understands touch. A goal that you can experience with your senses is infinitely more powerful than a goal that you can only experience with your intellect. Denji's desire for a slice of toast with jam is not a metaphor. It's a real, tangible, sensory experience he can imagine and crave. And that craving is real fuel. Principle 2. The principle of the first rung. Look at a ladder. Your grand purpose, your life's meaning, is at the very top. It's so high you can't even see it. And you've been standing on the ground, staring up at it, paralyzed, because you don't know how to fly. Primal goals aren't the top of the ladder. Denji's desire to touch boobs doesn't define the entirety of his existence. But it gets him to join the devil hunters. It gets him into the fight. It gets him moving. And once you're moving, you can start to climb. Principle 3. The principle of unshame. This is the most important one. Society, your parents, your teachers, your own overinflated ego. They have all taught you to be ashamed of your simple desires. They're base. They're childish. They're unworthy. You are supposed to want more. You are supposed to be better than that. This shame is the lock on the prison door of the labyrinth. Primal goal theory demands that you take that shame and you strangle it. You must look at your simple, animal want for a good meal, or a day off, or a moment of physical intimacy, and see it not as a weakness, but as an uncorrupted, unfiltered, brutally honest source of pure energy. Denji never apologizes for what he wants. He never questions if it's a good enough reason. It's his reason. Period. And because it is so honest, it is unbreakable. Think of your motivation like a campfire. For years, you've been trying to start it with damp, philosophical logs. You've been using pages torn from self-help books as kindling. You sit there, blowing on the embers of purpose and passion, and you get nothing but smoke in your eyes. A primal goal is a liter of gasoline. It's crude. It's messy. It's dangerous. But you pour it on the wood, you throw a match, and you get a goddamn explosion. It's a roaring inferno that burns hot and fast. And you know what? That inferno is enough. It's enough to finally dry out the damp logs of your grander ambitions. It's enough to get the real, long-burning fire started. You don't need a better reason. You just need a hotter fire. Narrator. So, enough theory. You want out of the labyrinth. Fine. Here is the practical, step-by-step guide to weaponizing the philosophy of a boy with a dog for a heart. This isn't about becoming Denji. It's about borrowing his engine. Narrator. Step 1. Conduct the primal audit. Right now. Or tomorrow morning. I don't care. Take 10 minutes. Get a piece of paper or open a blank document. I want you to forget your 5-year plan. Forget finding your passion. Forget what you think you should want. Be brutally, embarrassingly honest. Maybe the answer is, I want a really good cheeseburger. Or, I want to sleep for 12 hours. Or, I want to sit in the sun and do nothing. Or, I want a hug. Or, I want to beat that impossible boss in that video game. No goal is too small, too stupid, or too unproductive. You are not allowed to judge the answers. You are just the scribe, taking dictation from your lizard brain. This is your personal inventory of motivational gasoline. Narrator. Step 2. Isolate a single, tangible target. Look at your list. It's beautiful, isn't it? So honest. Now, you're going to pick one. Just one. But you're not going to pick the most noble one. You're not going to pick the one that aligns with your long-term vision. It's paralyzing. Your new target, your first rung, is, I want to finish this one difficult chapter, so I can shut my laptop and watch that dumb action movie guilt-free. The movie is the primal goal. It's tangible. You can picture it. You can feel the relief of watching it. That is your target. Narrator. Step 3. Weaponize the reward. This is crucial. You must create a new, unbreakable law in your own mind. A contract between the sophisticated warden and the animal prisoner. The law is, action equals primal reward. Frame it as a simple, powerful, if-then statement. If I finish this spreadsheet for work, then I will order that absurdly greasy pizza I've been craving. If I go to the gym, then I will allow myself 1 hour of mindless internet scrolling. If I make that phone call I've been dreading, then I will take a hot bath and listen to music. You are hacking your own dopamine system. You are training the animal with a direct, cause and effect loop that it understands perfectly. You are teaching your brain, on a chemical level, that overcoming resistance leads to immediate, sensory pleasure. Narrator. Step 4. Practice unshaming mantras. Your old brain, the warden of the labyrinth, is going to fight back. It will whisper to you. This is childish. This is pathetic. You're bribing yourself with pizza? You should be motivated by a higher calling. You lack discipline. This is the voice of the labyrinth trying to keep you imprisoned. You need to have a preloaded weapon to shoot it in the face. A mantra. Something short, powerful, and true. When the voice of shame starts whispering, you repeat your mantra. Out loud if you have to. This is fuel. Simple is strong. This gets me moving. I'm building a fire. You are not denying the existence of a higher purpose. You are simply acknowledging that you cannot reach it by starving your engine of its most basic fuel. You are giving yourself permission to be human. Permission to be simple. Permission to just get the goddamn job done. The animation shifts. We see Denji from Chainsaw Man, in a rare quiet moment, eating a slice of bread with jam. He has a simple, contented look on his face. The background is chaotic, filled with the shadows of devils, but he is focused only on the bread. Narrator. Does this actually work? Is this just some edgy self-help garbage wrapped in a punk rock aesthetic? Let's look at the proof. In the story, Denji's journey is a constant escalation. He starts by wanting a piece of toast. That simple goal gets him to become a devil hunter. Once he has a home and food, his goal evolves. He wants to go on a real date. That goal pushes him to become a better fighter, to take on more dangerous jobs. That leads him to a desire for real connection, for friendship, for family. Do you see it? The latter. He starts on the first rung, the most primal one. And by achieving it, he can suddenly see the next rung. And then the next. His simple, tangible motivations don't trap him in mediocrity. They are the very things that allow him to grow, to evolve, to climb towards something more complex. His primal goals are not a cage, they're an escape route that leads to a mountain. He doesn't get paralyzed thinking about the summit. He just focuses on the very next step, because that step promises him something real, something he can taste. This isn't just fantasy. This is Psychology 101, twisted into a more useful shape. You've heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. That famous pyramid. At the bottom, you have your basic, physiological needs. Food, water, warmth, rest. At the very top, you have self-actualization, achieving your full potential. For decades, we've been taught to look at that pyramid as a progression. You deal with the bottom so you can get to the important stuff at the top. Primal goal theory inverts this. It argues that the bottom of the pyramid isn't a level to be completed and left behind. It is the goddamn power plant for the entire structure. Your hunger for a good meal, your need for rest, your desire for connection. These are not obstacles on the path to greatness. They are the path. They are the endlessly renewable geothermal energy source powering your entire life. If your purpose is to be a great artist, and you create one piece of work you hate, your entire identity can shatter. But a primal goal? It's resilient. It's anti-fragile. If your goal is to finish your work so you can eat a pizza, and for some reason you can't get the pizza tonight, well, that sucks. But it doesn't cause an existential crisis. The goal isn't broken. You can just try again tomorrow. Your basic human desires are always there, waiting. They are a constant, reliable source of fuel in a world that is anything but. A donut, a nap, a stupid movie. Let's build a library of honest fuel down below. A testament to the power of simplicity. And if you're tired of the clean, sterile manifestos of a normal life, if you're ready to pull back the skin and dissect the beautiful, screaming horror of what it actually means to be a person, then you know what to do. Join the insurgency. Hit subscribe. This obsession with finding a grand purpose isn't an accident. We've been conditioned to see ourselves as the main character, the hero. And that comes with a terrible weight. I call it the hero's burden. If you feel that weight on your shoulders, if you feel like you're failing to live up to the movie version of your own life, you need to watch this video next. It's the other half of the story. Click here. Break the narrative.